All right, who do we have at the Greenwood County Jail?
Trying to get off of this.
Hello, my name is Caleb Alexander Losi.
We are on the record in 2023 CR 210, State of Kansas versus Caleb Alexander Losi. County Attorney Jill Gillette for the state, Mr. Losi in person and pro se. Sir, you are here for first appearance on count 1, possession of marijuana. As charged, this is a B non-person misdemeanor. If you were to be convicted, your sentence could be up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. On count 2, you're accused of possessing drug paraphernalia for the purpose of ingesting, inhaling, storing, containing, concealing, or otherwise introducing a controlled substance into the human body. And in this case, you're accused of rolling papers in a grinder. This also is a B non-person misdemeanor, 6 months maximum jail and 1,000 maximum fine. Sir, do you wish to have an attorney? You can apply for an attorney. You can hire an attorney. You can waive an attorney and represent yourself. Or you could, I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you, sir.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. I pressed the wrong button. I'm from Alabama. I was just on my way home.
Okay.
And I live and work in Alabama. And really, I'm trying to get back home to my farm and my animals. I have money at home. Like I could pay the fines and all that. I don't have it with me.
I might tell you, sir, the county attorney offers a diversion program. I don't know if you're eligible for that. Ms. Gillette, do you see anything that would keep him right off the bat from qualifying?
Let me glance at his criminal history, Judge. I thought you were from Tennessee. Isn't your driver's license from Tennessee?
Yes, ma'am, it is. I haven't had a chance to switch it over yet. I've been waiting on my birth certificate in the mail. I was homeless for like 18 to 25 and I lost all that. And then I had met my wife and we've been together ever since. And so we were living in Tennessee for a while and I didn't have my birth certificate in Tennessee. So I had to apply to get it back and been waiting to do that to get my license changed to where I live currently because it's a state requirement of Alabama to have your birth certificate and social and all that to be able to swap it over.
All right. Well, did you get a chance to look and see if he might be eligible, Ms. Gillette?
It's possible that he applied for a diversion.
Have you ever had a diversion or do you know what that is, Mr. Losi?
Ma'am, I do not know what that is. I really haven't been in trouble too terribly many times with the law. I really try to just go to work every day and come home. And I was just helping my brother move and I guess I pulled out from a gas station a little, like I didn't stop properly or put on my blinker and I got pulled over. And
Is marijuana legal in Tennessee
no, ma'am, it is not.
or the other state? What, Alabama, is that where you said you're now?
No, ma'am, it is not either.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Losi, let's tell you about diversion. Diversion could keep this off your record, but you have to qualify. It's
Okay.
not my program. It's Ms. Gillette's through the county attorney. You have to be eligible for it. And if you do what you're supposed to, which includes pay some fines and costs and a diversion fee, you can get the charge dismissed and keep it off your record.
Okay.
Is that something you want to check into or do you want an attorney?
Would it be possible that I'd be able to leave today? Because my wife is still in town and she's been in town for 4 days already.
She's in Eureka?
Yes, ma'am, she is.
Is that where your brother moved to, is Eureka?
No, ma'am. He moved to Colorado.
Okay, so you were literally just passing through?
Yes, ma'am. I had stopped in Wichita, and that's where I found a little bit of weed to smoke.
Okay.
I was just trying to. I didn't smoke it on the way home. We had actually stayed in Wichita for a night.
Your attorney would, if you have an attorney, your attorney would probably say, stop talking. But do you want an attorney? You can, like I said, we can appoint one or you can.
I mean, I honestly, I don't have money for an attorney currently. Like my wife and I, we live off of like $6,000 a year, and I was told
Okay.
my bail was around 5,000.
All right, well, let's take things one thing at a time. I can appoint an attorney if you want to. It sounds like you qualify. You want an attorney that can tell you about Kansas law and whether you would qualify for this diversion, whether you'd want to look into that.
I would like to do the diversion if that's possible. I'm not really sure like what all it entails.
Okay,
Like,
well, you can either have an attorney look into that for you, or you can look into it for yourself by contacting the county attorney's office.
okay. So where does that leave us then at that
Well,
point?
I just need to know whether you want an attorney or if you want to represent yourself and try for that diversion.
If possible, it would be cool to like reconcile this today if possible.
Well, you're not going to get diversion today. You have to turn in an application, and it does require an application fee. I don't know what that is, but there's some amount of money you have to use to turn in.
What was that last part, ma'am? I'm sorry.
I said there is an application fee. I don't know how much that is. The jailer could probably get you an application form and some instructions and look at that. Ideally, I'd want you to call their office, but until you get out of there, you can't do that, probably. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you. You can always change that if
I
you
mean,
want.
I was guilty, ma'am. Just to be real, I don't know if you guys have seen the video footage, but I had told the
have.
officers right where everything was. I was very peaceful. I was trying not to,
Well,
I mean, just to be real, I'm just being honest
right.
with.
Okay, let's back up. We need to know, number one, do you want an attorney or do you want to represent yourself?
I guess I can just represent myself because I really cannot afford an attorney.
Okay, but again, if you cannot afford an attorney, I can appoint an attorney.
That'll just drag this out longer. And as far as I know, the phones are down here, so I can't even let my wife know that I'll be in here longer if y'all
Okay.
don't.
All
let
right,
me.
one thing at a time though. Let's get the attorney issue resolved. So you want to waive an attorney, even though you know I can't appoint one.
I mean, would I be able to talk to the attorney right now?
I don't believe so. I
Okay,
could
so
give
how
you the-
long would that
I'll tell
end
you what,
up?
sir, what I could do is give you the name of the attorney and you could call that attorney and see if the attorney is available. Who would that be, Missy? Is that Richard Parnell?
Yes.
And Mr. Paul appears before this court a lot, and he seems to be very good at being in touch with his attorney, his clients. So there's probability that if you called him today, you could and let him know, or if we called him and told him you were in jail, he'd get a hold of you pretty quickly.
I mean, I really don't know what to tell you, ma'am. I just really need to get home to my animals.
All right. Okay, we'll put that on hold and approach this another way since I'm not getting what I need to hear from you one way or the other. So you live in which state?
Alabama.
How long have you been in Alabama?
A little over a year.
And you have a farm there? Do you own that farm or rent that farm?
I own that farm with my wife.
Did she have it when you married her?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long has she lived in Alabama?
Pretty much her whole life. She's from the area.
And what area is that? Now, let's talk about your bond. If I turn you loose today, you can reappear by Zoom, by
Yes,
camera,
ma'am.
telephone,
certainly.
computer. But if you don't show up, what am I gonna do about that? I don't want
I imagine put out a warrant for my arrest and come to my house and arrest me. I mean, I'll gladly show up for any court date and pay any fines. I just can't do it from here. I can show up for court, but I can't pay any fines without.
Do you have a job at all?
Yes, ma'am. My wife and I actually own a business. It's called Bringing Love to the Mountain. We're an apothecary. We make salves, tinctures and teas that are all medicinal.
So that's a business that you've been in for how long?
We've been doing that for about a year now. We started it earlier this year. We started it at the beginning of the year.
How much money do you make off of that?
We've probably only made about $5,000 this year so far.
I think you told me a while ago you make about 6,000 a year, but that was
Well,
before.
that was what it was projected for this year and all. I also do carpentry work and construction and all
Let
that.
me ask Ms. Gillette, what do you recommend for bond, Ms. Gillette? With all of this that we know and don't know?
1,000 cash surety. I'll take about,
1,000?
get out with a bondsman, but that way there's a bondsman that would want to transport him back from another state.
If we can find a bondsman willing to take that risk. All right, Mr. Losey, can you come up with $1,000 cash bond? If the bondsman makes you come up with 10%, do you have 100 on you?
I do not have $100, but I can come up with $1,000 cash bond. My wife said she might be able the other day. Like I said, the phones are down, so I can't talk to her. She's
Okay.
right downstairs.
Is
But she said she was
downstairs?
gonna have some family send some money if there
Right,
was
well,
the
hold on.
ability of bonding out.
Hold on, sir. Missy, is she down the stairs on the camera where we can see her and talk to her?
I believe so. She'll have to turn the video on if you want to talk to her.
Is she hearing this? No.
Yes.
I have no idea.
I
Oh,
do.
Hi,
There
hi.
was
love.
stuff on the screen and I didn't want to touch it. So, but I touched it and it was just the got it.
What is
I'm
your name,
here.
please? What is your name, please?
Angeline Danielle Losi.
Angeline Danielle Losi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and do you agree with everything he said so far?
I sure do.
And can you come up with the cash bond of 1,000 or 10% for a bondsman?
Yes, ma'am. My mom should be sending me some money here shortly. I was just waiting to see how much I was gonna need before her sending it.
Okay. Well, I will set your bond, sir, at 1,000 cash or professional surety required. Now, the thing about cash is you get it all back if you keep coming to court when you're supposed to. If you use
Yes,
a
ma'am.
bond and you lose 10% of it, you don't get that back regardless.
Right.
So your bond is set at 1,000 cash or professional surety. I'm entering a not guilty plea. I'm going to set this for Missy. Give me a control date, please.
October 10th at 3:30.
You must be back here by Zoom, October, say that again.
October 10th at 3:30.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And make sure we have your email or whatever Missy needs to send you the Zoom links so that you can appear by Zoom. Otherwise, we're at issues.
Okay.
And that brings us back to whether you're going to get an attorney or whether you're going to go downstairs to the county attorney's office when you get released and get an application for diversion.
I may try to do that application for diversion once I'm released, if that is possible.
Okay. And maybe in the meantime, can his wife go down there and get that for him, Miss Gillette? Miss Gillette, do you think his his wife can go down there and get an application?
On the diversion,
Right,
if he gets a hold of my office, he'll have to fill out the application and mail back the payment.
okay. So would you rather he just call himself instead of her going down there and trying to get it?
I mean, she can pick up the application. He can come over here if he gets bonded out, but
Okay,
we can send an application over to the jail too.
okay.
Could I ask real quick how much the diversion cost is and all for the paperwork?
I don't know if you have an answer for that, Miss Gillette.
So when you pick up the paperwork, you'll take it with you and fill it out. When you return the application, there'll be a $100 fee attached. And then all the rest of the fees will be set out and explained in the diversion contract. And it includes court costs. If there's an attorney appointed, attorney's fees. If there's no attorney appointed, then it's like the diversion fee, court cost, and fine.
Okay.
Good.
All right, any questions or anything I can help you with before I let you go, Mr. Losey?
That pretty much answers it all. Thank you guys. And I hope y'all have a lovely day.
Well, thank you, sir. All right, you'll be excused and remanded to the custody of the sheriff. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Y'all have a lovely day. Love you, darling.
Well, have a good one, ladies. Thanks.